All right, guys, and welcome back to the third time trying to record this video. So I apologize if I just go super quick. I got a bunch of new tech this week. I upgraded to the new Apple Silicon, their own thing. Uh, Setup is just taking longer than I would like, but that's just part of new tech, I guess. So let's just hop immediately right into it and go over to the SPY. So again, if you're new here, this is a series in which we kind of go through and we use trade ideas and its ability to backtest and ask questions and say, okay, how does this type of strategy perform well in this market? How is this performing in the current market? And things like this. And from there, what I do is I come up with a list of potential stocks that I think have a chance to move. I then filter those down just by using, my experience as a trader for 12 years and technical analysis and all of that. And then we just from there say, okay, these are the two longs and two shorts. We feed them into Trade Ideas Robot and they trade them for us, hands off. I close whatever is opened on Friday. I make this video, I show you what I'm looking at. I'm going to feed into the bot for next week and rinse and repeat. So if you're interested at all in this program, link is in the description below, and full disclosure, that helps with the channel as well. So looking at the SPY, again, quickly, last week we had this kind of big gap down and sell off right to this area of prior support or prior resistance that's now support. We bounced from that and then we sold off into it, kind of digging in this area. So this is the line in the sand I'm going to watch, and there's really not much more commentary than that. If we get under this, then we have to see what happens kind of way down here if we get there. Again, we're near the end of the year, a holiday week next week, so I wouldn't be shocked to see a whole bunch of chop, to be honest. Next on the list is let's take a look at what happened this week. Let's go back to my pointer. We only had one trigger here in PEG. When I exited, it was about 80 cents per share. And here is our equity curve year to date. Get it out of my way of my mug here. And this is with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 500 shares traded. So far so good. Going to continue it till the end of the year. I may come up with another series next year, something a little bit more live trading-ish, show my actual entries and exits. I may open a small account to trade with you guys and just show kind of the growing of that account. Again, feedback on what you would like to see. Comment down below and tell me, and I'll take all that into consideration. So the only one that had the other potential to trigger but didn't is DQ, and this is why I like feeding these into an algorithm in the Trade Ideas Robot as opposed to just putting out the orders. And that's mainly because something like this that gaps up this high, I don't want to trade it. I don't even want to trade it if it comes back down to here, right? I want them to move in my favor and in my direction. Apologize, the dogs are going to bark for a second there. Other than that, JKS here and TNB just never got near the entry point, so they were just scratch trades. So looking at for this week, we're looking at CVX right here. It's gapped up here on earnings, then it gapped up again, pulled back, held that gap pretty well, and right above the 200 period moving average, putting in this kind of small body doji right here. So gonna see if we break above that and continue. We're wrong, obviously under this area right here. Next on that list is IR. So if I got to zoom out to give you the real picture of IR, that had this massive gap down going on through here. And now it looks like things are tightening here. So something that's kind of interesting to note is the high of these three candles up here is $45, $44.97, and $44.99. So there was a big seller at $50 right here. So I think if we break and clear that, that could be enough to continue higher. Next, we're looking at PCAR. Nice little rounded top. If we zoom out here, I love the rounded bottoms and rounded top type patterns. And you can see tons of indecision kind of going on in this area. So I think if we break down that, we could go in and touch the 200-day moving average. here on last but not least, PGR, same kind of look, right? You could call this a inverse head and shoulders. I just kind of look at this as this rounded top, this topping type pattern. Really interested in this giant bear candle that happened here that closed right at the bottom and right at the top. I'm thinking that all of this move here, if it fails, anyone that was hoping to get a better price because of this bar is going to be out entirely. So that is it for this week. Hopefully this one goes off without a hitch, and I'll get all the technical stuff figured out, I'm sure, for next week. So I will talk to you guys soon. Oh, quickly before I go, Thursday's closed and Friday's a half day. So make sure that, if you're a swing trader or even a day trader, you understand those things so you're not caught in a position that you don't want to be. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon.